Hi everybody, welcome to part 3. Welcome back. Alright, so I've done this in parts, as you can tell. We're going to, I'm not sure exactly where we left off, but what I want to do is I want to sew in these signatures. That one's going to be a center. I actually made an envelope. I don't know what's in the center of this one. I think I'm going to put it in the center of this one. So I left the envelope open. When we stitch in this signature, we can close the envelope after the fact. And I'm going to do the same with this one. We're going to close that up. So I think we should do that now. I don't think I'm going to add any other pages. We can tip something in if we need to after the fact. All right, so let's make a template. I need some scrap paper for a template. I have scrap paper everywhere. Do you think I have one right here? No, I don't. Hold on 2 seconds. All right, so we need to make a template to poke our holes. This is the inside spine. So I want to make it so it's a little bit longer than our pages. I want to make this the same size. And then this is just misprinted. See how my printer, can you guys see the lines in this? When my printer acts up, it does these lines. I mean, it doesn't look horrible, but I can use it as scrap. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna make a belly band, not a belly band, a page edging, and we're gonna use this. As I throw it on the floor. You guys can tell I took my nail polish off. Let's, where is my, all right, I want to put, this is an inch. So I want to measure it at 1/2 inch just to put it, oh, do I want to do that? No, I don't. I want, to fold it in the middle after. We're going to put a T on it for the top. And I want this, what I'm doing, this is an inch. I'm marking a center 1/2 inch, and then I'm marking 1/4 inch and 3/4 inches because that's where I want to put my holes. So I like to fold it in half. Which is going to be for our center, it's going to center the holes in our pages. Let me grab a ruler. I'll do the same down here. So I have something to go off of. So we're going to do 1/2, 1/4, and 3/4. And now I'm going to line them up. And normally, because I have that envelope in there, why can't I line this up straight? There we go. All right, so our center hole is going to be in there. Might be too big. So this is going to be the center of our signature. And then I just want to see how far down my envelope goes. I'm going to end up scoring this in the middle after, so we can use it to make the holes in our signatures. This is to punch out the holes in this. I want my, yeah, I want them 1/4 inch or so down. It's 1/2 inch. All right, let's do it at 1/2 inch. That's 1/2 inch down from the top. We'll do it 1/2 inch down up from the bottom. Is that 1/2 inch? Sorry, guys. No, it's not. Let's do this across. We'll do it further down. So this is going to be, we're going to put our top holes. We're going to do the same on this end. Just erase that one. So now, yeah, that's good. After I poke the holes in this, I'm gonna score this and fold it in half for the signatures. Let me grab my, whatchamacallit, my little kit here. Whoa. I keep all of this in a little box. So I'm just going to clip this so it's just so it stays straight. I'm gonna get my little awl. And I'm gonna poke. It's a little lower, but that's okay. I just have this little foam piece that all right, so now our holes are poked in this. So now I'm just going to score this because I want to fold it for the signatures. So I'm just going to line it up. The best I can. Which isn't very well. There we go. So now when we go to do the signatures, we'll have that center hole to match. All right. What are we going to use for string? I want to use, I should use yarn, but I want it to be solid. So I'm going to use this beige color. Not that it matters because you're not going to see much of it. Let's keep that aside. All right, we're going to need clips to hold these. So let's start with this back one. I'm just going to make sure everything's upright. And if anything's in here that needs to be centered, it's centered top to bottom. Which that's all right. That's okay. All right. So I'm going to clip this on two ends. I'm gonna put this as my top. You always gotta keep the top. And this is a little bit longer than I wanted it to be. So we're gonna make it even though. So I'm just gonna mark the bottom on this so I know where to place it on the other signature. And if you have another clip, you can clip it in, but I don't have one in front of me. So I'm just gonna go for it. I like to just go for it. Just make sure that stays lined up. And we're only using the center hole on this one. That's why we folded it in half. So now we have our holes. But I want to put, I do need another clip. Clippy clips. I just kind of want to keep it together until we stitch it. So it doesn't shift around on us. All right, so that's going to be the back one. I need these. And now we're going to do the same with this one. Just make sure that there's no, yeah, that's pretty even, pretty even. All right. So now I'm going to clip these pages, but we're going to keep this envelope open because we're going to stitch inside the envelope, and then when it's stitched in the signature stitched into the spine, we're going to close up the envelope. But I need a longer clip, which hopefully the paper clip will work. Let's kind of center this a little better. I just want to keep that in place. And then my top. Gotta make sure I have my top at the top, which I do. And that is gonna go there at the top because we put a T on this. I'm gonna line up this line I marked. And then I'm gonna punch as I'm holding this guide. And I just put it through the center just so I can still keep a pretty tight hold on it. All right, so that's that. So we'll put this one aside. I can put the awl away so I don't hurt myself. And now with that thread, if I can find it, what did I do with it? Oh, thread, there you are. Because I'm not going to leave any tails on this, 2 lengths of the signature is plenty. Because we're going to trim it inside this envelope. And then we're going to do it twice because we have 2 signatures. So we need 2 strings. It's on the floor when I'm looking for it. This video for this book has taken forever. You guys are watching it in 3 parts. It might be 4 parts, but if we did it all together, it would be a few hours. All right, so we're going to start with the back one. And we're gonna go, I didn't mark this, did I? I just wanna make sure my holes line up. They do. All right, so we're gonna go through the center. So find your center hole. And then we're gonna go through the middle. I know it's hard to see on here. Why did I do 3 in this one? I didn't need 3 holes. Oh, nuts. I'm trying to think now if I want to add. All right, I poked 3 holes in here. I only needed 2. It'll just have to have a hole in it because I messed up. It should have only had 2 holes. So we're going to pull our thread through the middle. and we're gonna go up either to the top or the bottom, but you wanna stay on the same row on the spine. And you're gonna put it into the hole that you made here. If I can find it. Come on, Betty. My needle's sharp, so I'm trying not to poke myself through the other side. Ouch, like that. So we're gonna go through that hole and pull it through. I was going through the washi also, so that wasn't helping. And then I'm gonna go in through this last hole. See how I'm keeping it all on the same line? And then you gotta come up through the center hole again. Pull it through. I like to take those off because I want one of these on each side of this center string. And then I pull in the direction that they came from. And you want to make sure this is pretty taut. And then we're going to tie a knot. And then I tie another knot. And then I do a third one. You don't have to. I like to. We're going to trim that after. And then I just like to fold my pages so they know that that's where they want to live. That's home. That's home for you guys. All right, so that's the second signature. So now let's do the first one. The first time you do this, it's a little daunting, but once you do a couple, it's easy peasy. Your lines aren't always gonna line up. You're gonna have a tear in the paper. I mean, it's all part of the course. So don't get too upset. So now I'm going to go to the outside on this one and pull it through, leaving a little bit to tie a knot. I'm going to go up through the top, in through the hole we made, if I can find it. I'm a righty, so it does not want to come through the hole. Sorry guys, it's a little awkward to do this when I can't hold it up to me. There we go. So now we're going to come all the way down and see how this is going to enclose our knot. You're going to see the string here, but that's okay because the envelope will be in there nice and snug. Then we're going to come down to the bottom. Which is here. Give myself a little more slack. There we go. And then through the bottom. Ouch. My needle is sharp. I'm not using the needle that came with this kit. but that's okay. Just poking myself with things. And we want it to come up through the same hole if we can. Not there, Patricia. I got my needle angled, and it shouldn't be, but that's gonna have to do. But I'm coming up through the center of this thread, and I don't want to do that. There we go. Good enough. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Now we can take these bad boys off. Put them up out of the way, because we have plenty of things on the desk. So this is going to be the top. So I did tear this envelope a little bit, which is okay, I suppose. I was trying not to do that, but it's better if you come up through the center of it. But we can put a little piece of something on there if we feel the need to. And I just like to tie 3 knots. Then I'm going to trim this because we're going to glue this envelope shut. I just want to give this a little, this is where it's going to live. And on this one, how pretty is this? I would like to keep this for myself, but the cool things about making things is I can always make another one. So on here, I'm just gonna go on the outer edge of this envelope and the outer edge, I mean, on that piece of the envelope, and the same on this, on the outer side. Try not to get it on your page like I just did. And on the outer side. And that way, we hold each other in. And there's our pretty envelope. I'm gonna put this on here for now. Yeah, I don't like that, but it is what it is. So there's our signatures. Let's glue this one while we're at it. I knew one side was shorter, which is what I intended, to make it easier to place things. Yeah. All right, so that is that. Let me get this needle out of here. Let's just give this a second. And then we're gonna glue this in. And it's gonna look super cool, so you don't see any of the strings. And that's going to be our journal. And then we can decorate it. I love doing center pockets or envelopes in the center. And this came out kind of cute, I think. Oh, did I glue it to itself? Not really. I might have. But that'll be fun. So now all we have to do is take this. See how pretty, these could have been a little snugger, but that's okay. Now we're just going to glue this in, and I'm lining these pages up with, I'm lining this spine with the top of these end pages. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna come get some glue. Got some off the sides. All right, that's our back. That's our front. Just making sure. Top. I'm just going to place it in the center of our binding, of our spine. And then we're just gonna hold it down. I have glue that just splurged everywhere. But we wanna give this, I'm gonna take it off the edge here because of that end piece. That little brad that we put on there. And then I'm just going to take this and I'm going to put pressure down the center because we want this all nice and in there. We're just going to hold it for a minute because I really want this to stay. So all I'm doing is I'm pushing this spine into the spine of the book. And this Fiberfix glue works really good. And then I like to just give this a little help in the center. But if we just hold it here, it will know that that's where it wants to live. And then this is our journal. Oh, I was like, did I do it upside down? I did not. Thank goodness. But that's where it's going to live. But because there's so much glue, I want to make sure that it really adheres to it. So I'm just going to push down. And it's not shifting like sideways, so I know that it's starting to do its thing. And I can see that one of my signatures is a hair above the other, but that's okay. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. And there we go. That's going to be our journal. I'm going to put a pocket here. What do you think? This can be glued or left open. I'm probably going to leave it open. And this opens. We could put a little washi tape here. I have some yarny kind of washi tape. And that's our envelope. I'm going to add some yarn to this paper clip. And then this one opens this way. Just a little flip through. It's pretty coffee dyed paper. Our little pouch. And everything looks fantastic. Just want to make sure this stays. Look at how pretty, right? Can you guys see that? So that's the hidden spine. And then this is going to be our closure. Which I am going to trim because there's no need for it to be this long. And I can top. I'm going to trim it here. Would have been nice if that was straight. And what I'm going to trim it with? Those. These, I use these to make postage stamps. These scissors. It's got the small teeth. And then we can use these and put it on a tab or a ribbon, or I mean a tag. And that was our little guide. We don't need that anymore. What do you think? How do you think it came out? I think it's pretty, but that's just me. And it's solid, like a hard-covered book, because we used 2 pieces of chipboard together. We used 2 pieces of chipboard for the outer spine, 1 piece of chipboard 1/4 of an inch smaller for the inside hidden spine. We glued down our ribbon before we put our end pages on. As a recap, just a little recap. And then look at how pretty that is. What do you guys think? I think I love it. I'm just gonna still press this down a tiny bit because I really want it to stay. I didn't want it to come out. I wanted to live there. That's where you're gonna live. That's where you're gonna live. In this book. And even though I poked the holes in here, my afterthought after I poked those holes was I was thinking of putting an elastic through here so we could put in temporary pages that could come in and out, which would have been a good idea, but I chose not to do it. So that is our journal. I need to go get some stuff done before I decorate this. So I will be back. I don't know if this is going to make it to this video or the next video. So there might be another part. And if there is, I'll have it follow this video because I want to decorate this up. I got some great ideas. All right? We'll see you in a minute. In a minute for you, in a bit for me. All right, bye.